Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and I know I'm pretty late on getting this film reviewed, but today I actually, just now actually got back from seeing Oblivion, the latest film from Joseph Kosinski, which he also did Tron Legacy. Stars Tom Cruise as Jack and Andrea Riseborough as Victoria. Basically, it takes place in the year 2027. Earth has been destroyed. There was an alien invasion, and humans won, but the only way they could win is with nuclear weapons. So Earth is just completely destroyed. All of the inhabitants have went on to live on a moon of Saturn, which they call Titan. And Jack and Victoria are doing a mission on Earth where there's these huge machines that are put in place over the oceans, and it's refining salt water into energy that can be used on the planet Titan. Apparently, the way Jack talks, there was a mandatory memory wipe of, I guess, everybody that happened just 5 years prior before these events. But he's seeing these flashbacks. He keeps seeing these flashbacks to things that went on before that memory wipe happened, and he's really curious of what it means. Now the aliens, which are left, they call scavengers, are a very real threat to Jack and Victoria. And all along they are helped by these drones, which make sure everything stays in working order, make sure there's no threat to the machines that are refining the water, and take care of Jack when he's out, and has to do stuff away from the base that they have on Earth. But as the story goes along, things change very drastically in the story. There is a crash landing of this crew, and nobody knows who they are. Back at their base, Victoria always stays at the base as the one who always looks over Jack through cameras in the ship as he's out, and she is relaying messages to the main hub, TET, I guess it's called, or and that's like the main hub that controls things, and TET. The control from TET tells them to, be leery of what's going on here. Jack gets there and sees its people, and the drones automatically come in and want to destroy everything. But he saves this one girl named Julia, and things really change from there. The story drastically changes. Things that you thought were truth to the story are flipped upside down, and there's a lot of wow moments and holy shit factor that happens from here on out throughout the film. I gotta say, guys, Oblivion is a film that really blew me away. I was thoroughly impressed with this film. Right out of the gate, it just grabs you, and I like how a big part of this film is just two people, with Victoria and Jack. There's a big chunk of this film where it's you just really feel the desolation. Everything's wiped out. Everything's really grim and dirty and dark. And with it just being two people too, you really feel that desolate feeling. And I like that. I think it really worked. Morgan Freeman is also in this. It's kind of hard to talk about his character without spoiling things. But Olga, how you say her name, Kurylenko, that plays Julia, she's fantastic. I thought she was great. And she really reminded me of like a Catherine Zeta-Jones. Like at first I did a double take, like, hold on, wait a minute, she's too young to be her. And she's actually prettier. But, it just, there's a lot of things that happen in this film that just, it throws you off, but in a good way. Just the twists are fantastic in this, and I would be willing to bet that nobody's going to see these twists coming. I mean, I didn't, and it probably comes from not knowing much about the film. I haven't really read any reviews. I mean, I've heard just a little bit about how great the film was. I know it's been very successful, it's done well, and I can see why. And another thing I really liked about the film is, I'm a big fan of Prometheus, and it has that look, that feel of Prometheus. It's totally different, as far as where the aliens are concerned in this and stuff like that. But it just has that tone of Prometheus and the look of it, the desolation of Prometheus. But it's a totally different film, and I can't recommend this film enough. I think it is absolutely great. Tom Cruise is great in it, and the woman that plays Victoria, Andrea Rosenborg, she's very good. I'm not sure what I've seen her in before, if anything, but I really liked her performance too. She tries to keep everything really under control on the ship, and this is just a film that I think sci-fi fans are going to really get a lot of enjoyment out of. This is a film that I will no doubt pick up on Blu-ray first day. There's some big, wide open shots in this film that I know are just going to look fantastic in Blu-ray or in high def. All of the CG and all of the the effects in the film are just top notch. Nothing in it looks cheap, fake at all. It all looks very realistic. I like the ship that Jack cruises around in, and then he has this motorcycle also, which is it just looks like almost like a briefcase, and the wheels kind of fold out of it, and then he takes off on it. It's really cool, and that's one of the reasons why I love sci-fi films so much too, is because you get to see these people guess at what future inventions will be and all that stuff. But past that, it's really hard to talk about this film because there's just these twists that happen, and it totally changes the story. But as soon as you mention these twists, it goes into major spoiler territory, and I just don't want to do that. But I can just say, guys, the best thing I can recommend is just check this film out. If you want a really smart, intelligent, well-acted sci-fi film that's going to make you think. It's got a really strong plot and storyline, and just all-around excellent film. If you just enjoy and appreciate excellent filmmaking, this is one to check out. Guys, I give Oblivion a 10 out of 10. So far, it's the film of the year for me, and I am so glad that I got to check this out in the theater. Hopefully, and it should be just be a couple months now, I guess, till it hits Blu-ray, because it's been in the theaters for quite some time, and it's right at the end of its run. But if you do happen to get a chance to go out and see this in the theater, I highly recommend it because it looks gorgeous on the big screen. But if not, pick it up on Blu-ray, guys. You won't be disappointed. So I appreciate you all watching, guys. Have a good one. Later.